I was hearing a lot of people are not liking this movie, and it's not. It's like the lowest rated movie I think in the whole franchise. I think that's what I saw in the whole franchise, or maybe it's the Jurassic World ones. I don't know, but as you know, I gave it a 2.75, which is somewhere between meh and an average good time. So with that type of rating, I already knew. I was like, there's going to be some people that hate it, and I won't argue with them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to argue with you. You hate it, I ain't going to argue with you. So are y'all ready to have a good laugh with the drinker? Because I am. This should be funny.
If ever there was a...
Go over and follow the Critical Drinker. Tell him Tyrone Magnus sent you.
If ever there was a perfect example of Hollywood's ability to take a great concept and slowly run it into the ground with endless cash grab sequels, it's got to be Jurassic Park. The original movie was an all-time...
It's not the only thing that they run into the ground. All this damn propaganda they've been doing that's been destroying themselves. It's like they're knowingly doing it. Maybe they are trying to get rid of theaters and movies. Maybe that's what you're trying to do.
Classic of modern cinema, seamlessly blended together a compelling script full of action, intrigue and wonder, a great cast of characters who actually made smart decisions and acted like real human beings, cutting-edge visuals, and a story that dealt with thought-provoking ideas like the power and danger of science gone wrong.
Yeah, this was a not a stepping stone. This was like a pinnacle moment in filmmaking when this movie came out, you know? It was like this and Terminator 2. You know what I'm saying? The next step came with Avatar. You got what I'm saying? With the whole CGI. They did a little bit of it in The Abyss, but the real thing was Terminator 2 and this. That rhymed to play the game. Bars!
Man's attempts to play God and nature's ability to fight back. It was one of the first movies that I ever saw in the cinema, and probably the only film I went back to rewatch multiple times. I say all this because if you ever want to experience the kind of cinematic whiplash...
It's funny, there were other special effects type feats too at different moments, like The Matrix, you know, with the whole, you know what I'm talking about when she, that whole thing, that was a thing. I was just thinking all these different special effects moments, but this one specifically was CGI, along with Terminator 2, and Avatar was CGI, but that too, it's got me going down memory lane. Even the original 1978 Superman, they said they had to invent special effects for that. Same thing with Star Wars. They had to invent new stuff. They had to figure out to do what they wanted us to see, you know?
That will leave you paralysed from the neck down, then watch the original Jurassic Park right before going to see Jurassic World Afterbirth, a movie that I can best describe as anti-storytelling.
There we go.
That is one big pile.
Driven by a paper-thin and completely nonsensical plot that takes forever to get going and eventually peters out into the most anticlimactic ending imaginable, a bloated cast of characters with no discernible personalities and nothing even resembling brains or common sense, played by actors who seem to have no idea why they're even in the movie. It's really nothing but a series of goofy, boring, and disappointingly bloodless action scenes that mean nothing, accomplish nothing, and make me feel... well, nothing. Let's get the plot summary over with quickly so that Universal Studios can hit me with yet another frivolous copyright claim that takes a month to resolve.
Isn't there a thing with the whole series, like the same T-Rex appears in every movie? Is that true? I can't remember. I could have swore, though, that like the same T-Rex from the beginning is the same T-Rex we've seen in all the movies. Even though certain ones have been killed. Let me know.
Seriously, if I ever find the guy at your studio who keeps doing this, I will personally go to his house and in places that will leave him confused for the rest of his life. Believe that. Anyway, so the movie stars an affable-looking Scarlett Johansson as tough mercenary lady who gets recruited by shady corporate guy to lead an off-the-books mission to Monster Dinosaur Island, which is deep inside a quarantine zone, to recover genetic material they can use to create a new wonder drug to treat human heart disease, because dinosaurs apparently don't suffer from heart disease.
No shit.
You know why? Because dinosaurs don't sit on their fat arses all day staring at computer screens while shoveling chemical-laden crap down their fleshy gullets.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Anyway, I digress. To help with the DNA
The drinker is quite angry today, I can tell.
extraction, they're bringing along Science Man, who's an expert in dinosaurs but has never actually seen one in the wilds. Oh yeah, and they charter a boat owned by generic sidekick guy to get them ashore. Things are going just great until they get a distress call from diverse modern family who's still attacked by water dinosaur. What the are they doing inside the quarantine zone? How did they even manage to get in there without being spotted? What father in his right mind would knowingly take his children into such a dangerous place for no apparent reason? Just don't think about it too much. So they rescue diverse modern family, but oh no, then they get attacked by the water dinosaurs, which forces them to drive their boat directly onto the rocks and wreck it. Just go with it. And for some reason, diverse modern family all jump overboard and get separated from the others for the rest of the movie. But tough mercenary lady's not about to give up yet and decides to stick to the plan and recover the DNA, then get themselves onto a rescue chopper that will pick them up in 24 hours. Wait, if they have access to a helicopter, why didn't they just use that to get to the island instead? Just don't worry about it. But this isn't just any old island, don't you know? It's Monster Dinosaur Island, where they left behind all the genetic freaks that were too scary or dangerous to use in the original theme park. Wait, wouldn't that mean that their DNA is all corrupted and too dangerous to use in humans? Don't worry about it. Also, why are most of the dinosaurs on the island perfectly normal looking and would have made excellent additions to the park? Don't worry about it. So they get the DNA and reunite with diverse...
He's going in on this. He is relentless. You are a pit bull on this one, drinker.
Modern family at an abandoned research base which is somehow still fully functional after 20 years. Then the Ryan Canellosaurus shows up and eats shady corporate guy, and generic sidekick guy sacrifices himself to let the others escape, but then he turns out to be okay anyway because he survived somehow. How exactly did he manage to get away from the Ryan Canellosaurus?
You could just feel it. I was like, I think he's gonna live. I don't think he's gonna get ate.
Canellosaurus? Just don't worry about it. Then they all leave and that's it. That's the movie over.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
You know, my first thought when the credits rolled was, what the was the point in this film? I mean, it's basically a bunch of people I don't care about going to a place I'm not particularly interested in to do a thing that doesn't really matter anyway. Then there's all the abandoned plot threads that are introduced but go absolutely nowhere, like the ancient ruins in the cliffside, or the...
Yeah, the problem with this drinker is that people are just going to see big CGI dinosaurs eat people and people run from them and stuff like that. I don't think they even really care about the story.
The crashed chopper from a previous expedition, or the traumatic backstory for tough mercenary lady. It's like the studio came up with the plot by doing a single brainstorming session, taking the first pitch that someone spitballed together and just ran with it. And before anyone jumps in with the old, it's a Jurassic Park movie, drinker, it's not supposed to be smart argument, fine, I can handle a dumb thrill ride if that's what these movies have devolved into now, but I at least expect it to make some kind of sense. And that's the thing. This movie doesn't. The plot relies on the most insane contrivances and coincidences just to hold it together. Like, oh my goodness, isn't it convenient that diverse modern family and tough mercenary girl just happened to arrive at the same place at the same time for the finale? Or how literally the entire movie is predicated on a Snickers wrapper getting sucked into a air vent. I'm not kidding, by the way, that's literally what kicks off the entire events of this film.
Oh, I meant to tell you. Yeah, the beginning of the movie, it's like Final Destination. Wait till you see it. When you see it, it's like, I was like, are we in the wrong movie? What's about to happen here? Scarlett was sitting right next to me. I was like, babe, that was like Final Destination. She's like, I know.
character motivations meander all over the place with zero explanation, the cast is way too bloated for the plot that sustains them, and the narrative jumps backwards and forwards between diverse modern family and tough mercenary ladies grouped with such massive chunks that you actually start to forget what everyone's doing and why. And I'm not kidding, the diverse modern family are such a bunch of hapless comedy that I was actually rooting for the dinosaurs by the end. The script also can't seem to decide who...
Yeah, you really think it's going to get the oldest daughter's boyfriend. But him and the father end up like... because he's an idiot in the movie. And then him and the father doesn't like him, but they end up reconciling and liking each other. Or at least the father likes him. So there's a point where you're like, you know what? I don't think they're going to kill him off.
Main character is. I mean, it should probably be Science Man since he's a more logical and relatable POV character than tough mercenary lady, but I guess Scarlett Johansson's a bigger name, so she's awkwardly shuffled into the top spot instead. The problem, though, is the script can't seem to decide what kind of character she even is. Is she a cold heart?
They write her in a way that makes you not like her. And I don't think I ever really did warm up to her character in the movie. Like, the way she plays the part, like, the way I'm just like, okay, she's supposed to be a dick. I even turned to Scarlo, who was sitting right next to me. I was like, babe, she's a dick. They're writing her like a dick in this movie. She was like, yeah, she's not likable.
Hearted killer who's just out for money, a quippy and light-hearted hero with a flirtatious side, or a troubled ex-soldier with a dark past. I don't know. The script tries to make her a bit of everything, and it's just as tonally diluted as you might think. Scarlett Johansson struggles through the movie with the faintly baffled smile of a star who can't wait to cash that paycheck and get out of there. And quite frankly, I don't blame her. Generic sidekick guy is a perfect example of how to waste a really good actor. Mahershala Ali is a talent just waiting to be used, but the movie gives him nothing to do. He's just kind of there, functionally identical to tough mercenary lady, with the same backstory and personality, and eating up a lot of character beats that should have gone to her instead. You know, it's really not that hard to come up with a fun story for a Jurassic World movie, but holy you'd never think so from watching this steaming pile of dinosaurs. Jurassic World Afterbirth is everything I hate about modern...
Cursing more than usual, too. It's a whole lot of extra editing from me, sir.
cinema. It's what happens when a studio...
I don't get away with it like you do.
has too much money, too much resources, and absolutely no idea.
If you watch Nerdrotic, you'll notice he started a little while back, he started making sure he edited out his cuss words, too. You get yellow dollar signs for it. You don't get it all the time, but you get it more frequently than not now. It's like, it's weird. Even if you follow the rules of when curse words are allowed in the videos, you still get them sometimes.
Idea what to do with any of it. It's a movie that should have been aborted long before it emerged into the world, and if you value your wallet or your sanity, you'll skip this one and just rewatch the original instead. Believe me, you'll have a lot more fun. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
All right, y'all. Make sure you go see Jurassic World Rebirth so that you can help Scarlett Johansson fight the male gaze. Okay? All right, y'all. I had fun, didn't you? 10 million subscribers.